Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Yeah, really boring weekend. I just sincerely hope that today we are going to see a little bit of action towards the end of the week. Yeah, towards the end of the weekly candle, we typically see a little bit of action. Last Sunday, it was when Ethereum rallied into this resistance trend line again. I highlighted to you nothing changes, nothing changed, and nothing did change. In fact, we just followed through with another sell-off the day later, which was what we anticipated, further downside into the yellow support area. And even now, price is trying to climb higher again in quite a substantial, what you could consider still a B wave potentially. I mean, it is not invalidated if it goes a little higher or anything, but it is overlapping price action. It looks corrective, and at the moment, I just don't have any evidence that price has already bottomed in the yellow support area. Honestly, if it has, I'd be happy. We could then look forward to a rally in a third wave. Do we all expect a third wave rally to start on a Sunday? I don't, but could be. I mean, again, no crystal ball here. All we do is to lay out the relevant areas, the parameters where price can turn around for a third wave rally. It is this box here. It's quite large, this box, but again, normally I would like to see it come down to 1828. Okay, so at least. So this is just sort of for info here, this part, because we often see an A wave react to this support area, the 38.2 fib level, and it did here. The A wave of this correction, of this ABC correction in a wave 2, did react to the 38.2 fib level at 1875. So you often see that. That is why I like to add it, because some people like to grid trade a bit. They like to add a position at the 38.2 fib level. I added a position, I think it was last week or this week, when we entered here this area down here. So I'm happy, from my point of view, it can turn around at any time, but I don't think the market is ready yet. I think it is not finished with its correction. The corrective structure to the downside looks fairly incomplete. I would like to have at least one more low, ideally two. I remember when we came down here into this support area, which was back in June, I also expected one more low. I think we didn't get the last one, but at least we were sort of with a situation where I said, look, now the low could be in. We either get one more low or it's turning around. I'm not quite ready here yet. I think one or two more lows should be taking place. So at least one I would like to see. But nevertheless, you need to understand the meaning of these boxes. They are the trend reversal areas where price can turn around at any time. The micro count doesn't allow us yet to understand that it has bottomed. So there is really no evidence that we have a lasting low in place. As soon as I see one, I will make you aware anyway. However, please understand that before we have such evidence, price might have already moved. Okay, price might have already moved. So this is the area where price would turn around to rally in a third wave. And I know it is the same. It's going to be, if it works out, and there's never a guarantee, you need to understand it as well. There is never a guarantee a certain setup is going to work out. Now, I think we were quite good with the previous ones that we had here, especially the long-term ones that we had on the Ethereum chart. I did take out the one that we had back here in November, because we pretty much captured them all. So if it turns around a little bit early, I don't think it would be a problem, because, I mean, here, yeah, and on all of these previous entry points provided really profitable entries for potentially the next bull run. If it turns a bit early, it's sometimes what happens, especially because we're dealing with a lower degree wave here now. Yeah, these were larger degree setups, larger degree support areas. So I think we have set a really good foundation in this bull market, and even, in this bear market. And even if this setup fails and we head down lower, I mean, they were still good entries. They were still really good buying the dip opportunities in an overall uptrend. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, I have no evidence that let's say the bear market is set to continue here on the ETH chart. I will have the first piece of evidence once price breaks below 1700, because then it breaks below the 78.6 retracement, and this setup may fail. Well, there is a backup bullish case, so we talked about that in previous videos, so it wouldn't be the time to panic, but still, ideally it's going to turn around somewhere here, and I think it has a good possibility to do it, because the move down looks very choppy, very corrective. We're holding sort of around this trend line. Yes, we have a potential break of the trend line, but do we trust breaks on a trend line on a Sunday? I don't. especially as it's not perfectly defined, right? So you can always shift it around a little bit, and it's just not. I use these trend lines for orientation, not really as confirmation. Highlighted to you yesterday that it's not really meaningful, this push to the upside, at least not yet. And today we already see a bit of a sell-off. So it's just too corrective. It's just too much, too much overlapping price action. Let's see if throughout the day we see here something more bullish, but I'm a bit skeptical. I think we are still heading down lower, and the next sort of larger support cluster I see is around 1830. And if we break through that, we should get to sort of 1780. At the moment, from what I can see and from the proportions I see on this chart on the microwaves, the nano waves, the micro degree, I don't think we should get too close to 1700. What I could imagine is that we get to 1780, maybe with a wick below to test the trend line here. But besides that, nothing has changed. Waiting here really for a follow through in a C wave, maybe later today towards the weekly candle close. But if it goes higher, it would need to take out 1906, this wave too high, to make me consider a wave count change. Yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.